Hey, welcome back to the program. This is your Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studios.
Nice job.
And this is the great segment of the program. This is the money segment where Kelvin Kaemingk is going to take the reins and bring us up to date what's going on in the market. Kelvin, what's going on in the market, and what do you think about the new Fed chairman?
We're going to get to the new Fed chairman. Well, we'll start with the new Fed chairman.
Okay.
So, 64 years old.
Yeah. Good age.
Wife, good age.
Right
yep.
in the prime.
Yep, right in the prime of your life.
Brilliant.
Right? 64 is the new 44.
Yes, right.
Maybe? No?
Yes.
Maybe,
Think
yeah.
so? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We're living longer, aren't we?
we are living longer. So, he's worked in investment banking, in law, in government, undersecretary in the Treasury Department. He's also one of the wealthiest individuals to ever lead the Fed, which falls in line with kind of Trump's MO.
Right.
His wife is a filmmaker.
You want people doing money who have done money.
Makes
Right.
sense.
So his wife's a filmmaker. One thing he's missing, he'll be the first Fed chief in more than 4 decades who does not have an economics degree. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, probably an advantage.
Yep, so he's born in Washington, son of a lawyer, studied politics at Princeton University, earned his law degree from Georgetown University, and then worked as a lawyer, then went into investment banking. So really good, vast background. He's a real centrist voice. He voted for everything that the Fed did. So some people say, well, he just kind of he goes along with whatever.
With the
But now
program.
he's got to kind of decide what that program is. So for the economy, he said here, if the economy performs as expected, it would be appropriate to continue the gradual rate increase. So we talked last week about
Makes sense.
3 and next year and all that. So there's a survey of 144 investors conducted by some firm found investors expect that Powell would push rates modestly higher over time than Yellen would. So, I think kind of be in the same vein as Janet Yellen, but maybe just a little bit more aggressive on pushing it up again. So it's good. Some of the other people they're talking to were really aggressive on rate hikes. So this was a good choice by Trump. It's always interesting. I thought Janet Yellen's done a nice job. So it's always,
Right.
I'm kind of curious why they even make a change. Probably just because
Trump
you want to
said-
have
you
your
know,
guys.
Trump, that's what Trump said.
Yeah.
He said he liked her and he would consider having her in there. He met with her, but he said, you want to make your own mark.
Yeah.
And, that she wasn't his pick, and so he wants his people in there.
Yep. So that's what's going on with him. Let's talk real quick. I wanted to touch on credit because credit continues to come up and how important good credit is. So I just want to hit the states that have the best and worst credit. Little fun
Cool.
time here. So we're going to go through the top 5 only, the top 5 best, top 5 worst. So the 5th best, South Dakota.
Really?
South Dakota. 5th worst, Alabama. 4th, I'm going to have you guess at the top. So the 4th best is New Hampshire. The 4th worst is
Do you go
Nevada.
back and forth like that? You get me confused. Are you getting confused?
Yeah, let's just do top
Let's
5.
do the best.
I'm going to go with
Let's
the way
go
the
with
slideshow
that.
that I have it here.
All right.
So I'm going to probably go that way because
All right.
that's what's in front of
I'm
me.
getting mind boggled.
All right, so 4th worst,
All right.
Nevada, average a 657 score.
Really?
3rd best in the country. Most people can hang with me. 3rd best in the country, Vermont, 713 mid-credit score. 3rd worst, Georgia, 656 mid-credit score.
Uh-huh.
2nd best, so now we're good.
Okay, we're best again now.
Okay, so now guess
Connecticut.
2nd best, North Dakota,
Oh,
Yeah.
good for them.
Interesting.
713. The 2nd worst
Uh-huh.
in the country,
New Orleans.
Louisiana,
Really?
654 mid-credit score. And the number 1 best credit score state is, what do you think?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. 722 mid-credit score.
722 mid-credit
Yeah, we're the
score.
best at everything.
Isn't
The
something?
best.
We,
What do you think
we
the-
win. I'm so sick of winning.
I'm so sick of winning.
I'm not tired of it.
So, the worst credit score state in the country, what do you think?
Texas.
No,
What?
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
648 mid-credit score. So we were looking at some of this just because as a
Well, look at
company.
the states that they're talking about. It's the poor states.
Easy.
Yeah.
They all
I know.
voted for red. They're
No,
all
actually,
red
I was
states.
listening as he was going back and forth trying to find a pattern there, and there's not much of a pattern.
All red states there, senior.
No, I know they're red, but there are the poor states though.
Mhm.
So you got low income states, and they're going to have bad credit.
Yeah. So it's interesting to look. We as a company, we're in 17 states lending right now. So we continue to look at, okay, where do we want to put a good footprint? Where do you want to do that? So one of the things you do look at is mid-credit scores. What states have similar correspondent lending? So we went into one state. It's all banks, credit unions. Banks,
So
credit
Minnesota,
unions.
North Dakota, South Dakota,
Boom.
Yeah, those
across
are
the board, great
those are
places
good.
to be.
Yep,
Right.
those are good.
How is you guys were doing
two
some stuff
Republican
in
states
North
and
Dakota,
one
right?
lefty.
Yep, a little bit in North Dakota.
See, 2 Republican states and 1 lefty state.
So there you go. So we have the best and worst we just did. Touch on the economy real quick. What's going on there? Had a good week. Record highs again on the market as news came out about the tax plan. So everybody gets excited. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what happens in the House and then the Senate. It'll get
Chopped up and
chopped
moved
up a
around.
little bit. So it'll be interesting. I hope they can get.
Yeah,
I just
don't know
hope
if it's
for.
going to get much chopped up.
Don't you think?
I think it's kind of gelling
been
right
chopped
now.
up?
It's kind of gelling right now.
So from that standpoint, that was probably the major thing that impacted the stock market. Tax reform proposals, that's a good thing. The bond market actually rallied a little bit with Jerome Powell, so there's some comfort there. Rates continue to be really good. Low fours, so think low fours, 4 to low fours, and then on any government loan, you're talking mid to high threes. So gives you a good range. 15-year. I moved an investment property refinance, and we got 3.875 on a refinance for an investment property. So
No, what I'm excited about on that whole tax
What
situation.
was that? 15-year?
15-year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just to jump back that
Yeah,
tax
yeah,
thing,
no,
is
I'm-
the corporate tax rates too.
20%.
That's huge.
That is huge.
That's a big deal for your C corps because everyone thinks when they're thinking small businesses, everyone thinks a LLC, or that kind of a deal. But there's a
Pass-through.
lot of small non-pass-through corporations out there, and at 35%, I mean, you got to be making a ton of money personally before. The difference between the company you own that's getting
Right.
billed at 35% versus your personal.
Right.
It's like how you push that money around. Well, at 20%, now it makes it more fun.
That's
Makes it
more
more
fun.
fun for you.
More fun. All right, here, let's go back to my stuff. All right, thanks for that feedback. So, who's paying the most
Thanks for
taxes?
taking me,
Yeah,
Kelvin.
you're welcome. Who pays the most in taxes? Let's talk through that real quick. What do you think the top 1% of income earners make?
Make?
Yeah, what do you think their income is? Top 1%.
Like an income threshold and
income?
above?
Yeah, annual income, top 1% in the United States.
400,000 and above.
480,930.
Really?
What percent tax do they pay?
46%.
85%.
39% of the federal income tax is paid by that group of people.
Nice.
And
That's
that's
not much.
about, that means that 892,000 people make or pay 39% of all the tax. Let's keep going. Top 10%.
No wonder you're angry all the time.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not angry. Top 10% of income earners having an adjusted gross income over. What do you think? Top 10% in the United States. What do you
Alright.
think that number is?
250 and up.
Top 10%?
Top 10%.
Boy. Yeah, that sounds close.
138,000.
Really?
So you make
That
$138,000
individual or family?
adjusted gross income. Just doesn't
Just
matter.
AGI.
Yeah, AGI.
Joint return or single filing separately?
Seriously.
Yeah, really.
I don't want you to ask me any questions in
Alright.
my segment because
Okay.
it takes time away from me.
All right.
No,
Are they including
then-
all people in the population, or are they just...
I don't. Just
Yeah.
let me read what I'm reading.
Non-resident
You're
aliens
killing me.
included?
So what percentage of the tax do you think they pay?
80.
70.6% of the taxes are paid by the top 10%. So when they go through all this talk about, it's a tax, it's a tax hit for the rich, it's like, no kidding.
Yeah.
Because they're the people that pay all the freaking tax.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's crazy. So and then they talk about 1.7 million Americans, less than 1% of our population pay 70% of the tax. And then the bottom 50% of income earners, those having adjusted gross incomes of 39,000 or less, pay 2.8% of the federal tax.
Yeah,
So-
virtually zero.
virtually zero.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting just to read through and get clarity. And this isn't left or right. It's just the facts from the IRS. This is who's paying the tax. So
And I heard yesterday they were talking about taxes in general, and And the United States, in terms of, if you just add up all the taxes, state,
Yeah.
local, all the taxes you're paying, it's about 56% of every dollar you take in goes back out the door in taxes. And that makes
Wow.
us the highest tax country on the planet.
So let's talk about what happens every hour in real estate. Can we talk about that?
Yes.
How many homes do you think sell every hour in the United States? Give me a guess. This is fun today.
This is
isn't
fun
it?
stuff.
Gosh,
I
this
gotta
is
do a
so
little
good.
arithmetic here.
Google
don't.
it.
No,
Google it.
no, don't do that.
Every
Every
home
home.
in,
All right, that's
How
too
many?
much time because I got
How
50
many?
seconds. Every hour in the United States, 624 homes sell.
oh, I was gonna say 625, I might
Dang
have
it.
missed it by one.
347 homes regain positive equity, and the median home values go up about $1.13 every hour. So, just looking at general national
Good
numbers.
trends.
Good
That is
trends.
good trend.
So, there you go. I'd love to have a conversation with you. As you know, better conversations, smarter results. Give me a call, 651-231-2500. Did you like that tagline?
I did like that
Better
tagline.
conversations,
Smarter results.
smarter results.
Really
Write that
cool.
down.
I'm writing it down.
That's a
it
good
for this
segment.
week on your real estate chalk talk. That's it for this segment of the one and only Kelvin Kaemingk, the Money Man.
There you go.
612-627-8000. We'd love to talk to you. We'll be right back at the end of the next hour.
Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue.